inquiry are an inquiry into how hunger affects people, and that's under the key concept function. And my second line of inquiry is an inquiry into how poverty leads to hunger, and that's under connection. So what I learned about how hunger affects people is I learned that it has a serious impact on the entire body because you can get very weak because your bones are very malnourished, and you can get sick more easily because you're more vulnerable to cold and sicknesses because you're living on beside the streets in the cold. I also learned that poverty can lead to hunger, and the deep poverty line in 2012 was approximately $12,000 for a family of 4 for a year, and the just poverty line was $23,492 a year for a family of 4. I learned that it has a bad impact on the immune system, which means you can get colds quicker and you're more vulnerable to like colds and stuff because you're living outside in the cold, and your immune system is very malnourished, so it makes you very vulnerable because you're cold and you're just malnourished. It has an impact on your concentration because when you're in school or at your job and you're trying to focus, you're more focused on your hunger rather than your learning because you're very hungry because you might have not had any meals in like days. So, how poverty leads to hunger was my next topic, and poverty leads to hunger with not enough money. So if they don't have enough money, they can't afford nutritious food like fruits and vegetables. So, and then they can't afford farming supplies to like just grow a little garden or something to eat their own food. And they can't afford livestock, so they can't like eat chicken eggs or anything. So that results in stealing. So that's why a lot of people who are in poverty might have a criminal record because they have to steal to get money and food. So this is my charts. This is my first chart. This is the life expectancy from 1950 to 2005. And I'm just going to zoom in on the sub-Saharan Africa. The reason is one, because they have the lowest life expectancy, and that is because it's in the more southern area, and it's like a very warm climate, so they have more natural disasters there. And that is why places with more natural disasters usually have a few more people in poverty because it destroys the homes, and then the people, they can't like build back up. And then in my second chart, it's poverty rate by gender and work status for Americans over 65. Blue is males and orange is females. As you can see, for those who are full-time working, women still have more in poverty. Same for part-time and not working. That just shows how gender inequality has a big impact on poverty because women are refused more jobs. So it puts them more in poverty and they get lower income. So for one of our actions, we did Red Nose Day. If you want to participate, you can go to Walgreens and you can donate $2 and get a nose, like this one. They also have bracelets and pens that you can get. And these are some pictures of us with our red. So for my reflection, I thought I was very open-minded because I try to listen to my group members' ideas, and I would try to incorporate their ideas. Like if they had like an idea like, this is too long, you might want to do this, I tried to listen to that. And I was reflective because when people would critique me, I tried to use my critiques and try to fix my slides. As a communicator, because I talked to my group members before like deciding like, oh, you're a part of our action or you're not part of our action or something like that. And I was responsible because I was looking up the appropriate things at the appropriate time and I was on task. So we interviewed Caleb White, and he taught us how he took action, and he inspired us because he was a kid making change in the world, and he was a resource to help us learn more about our topic. So for my topic, I did poverty and hunger. These are my lines of inquiry. An inquiry into what hunger is, which is under the key concept form, and an inquiry into how hunger starts or what causes hunger. What is hunger? Hunger is a feeling of discomfort or weakness caused by lack of food. And these are some pictures. This picture of people like begging for food, and this is the picture of kids like having to take out of the garbage because they can't get enough food. And I found this acronym that like is HALT, and it stands for like the mood when people are hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. So these are the top 8 things that cause hunger. Poverty is the main cause of hunger in the world. This is true in urban or rural places. Most people who are living in extreme poverty define as an income of $1.25 a day or less. Food wastage. 1/3 of all food produced, which is 1.3 billion, is never consumed. This food wastage represents a missed opportunity to improve global food security in a world where 1 in 9 people are hungry. Climate change. Many types of climate change can cause hunger because too much or too little rainfall can destroy harvest. Now this is a short video to go deeper into what I said.
Around the world, 1 in 9 people don't have enough to eat. The vast majority of the world's hungry people live in poor countries. But why do people still go hungry when there should be enough food to go round? The answer is complex. Disasters like drought and floods can wipe out crops, so the price of food goes up. With no grass to eat, valuable livestock which would normally be sold will die. War is another factor. During fighting, people are often forced to leave their homes and land behind, making it impossible to grow their own crops to eat or to sell. Hunger makes people weak and vulnerable to disease, so it's harder to earn money or find food. When things get really bad, famine is declared. Aid can help support people in the short term. Greater investment can help in the longer term. It is politicians who hold the cards. World leaders have promised to end hunger by 2030, but greater political will is required to end conflict, to make sure food is both available and evenly distributed, and to support people in times of need.
I like this video because it goes deeper into some of them that I didn't further explain. And this is trying to found on the cycle of hunger. It starts on here with the family. Poor health during pregnancy leads to an undernourished child. The children. Poor nutrition stunts physical and mental development. Stunt means prevent from going or developing correctly. Chronic health problems keep kids out of school. And if they can't go to school, then they can't get a good education. Adults. Lack of education limits the ability to work. And if they can't work, then they can't get the money to provide their family. And this is our second action. Me and Candy wrote a letter to Congress saying that we need to end world hunger. And this is the website we use. So you can go to this website and you can do it yourself. You can click take action and just fill out your information and then click send your message. You can also tweak your message or do anything like that. And this is why I chose my topic and my reflection. My reflection. I think I need to work a little bit better on teamwork because I realized that it's very important to have teamwork skills for further in my life. And I thought it was fun to put all my information on sites. And I chose this topic because I was killing people and I wanted to spread awareness. And it's not all about me. Means like I think that I'm very lucky to have all the things I have, and then there's people struggling around the world that don't even have a little bed to sleep. And these are some other facts. The top 85 richest people have the same amount of money as 3.55 billion of the poorest people. And 7,000 kids die of hunger-related causes in just 30 hours. Approximately 896 billion people live on $1.25 a day. And more than 80% of the hungry people live in countries prone to natural disasters. disorders. Teens and kids can go through eating disorders, and it's unhealthy and bad for your bones. My lines of inquiry. 1. Why do people have different ideas to be thin or skinny? Change. Why would people change who they are? In point of view. Do people change their ideas about being thin or healthy? About being healthy? How can we help someone going through an eating disorder? Tell their parents, which they will tell their doctor, and just being a friend or saying hi to someone and make sure they're not alone, that can help them. And make sure they're not bullied. They're not bullied because bullies can impact negativity to the people that have an anxiety and an eating disorder. If a teen doesn't eat right, they'll block people from their life, friends and family. They'll become hangry and angry. They'll become hopeless because they think that no one else would like them, so they just give up. They'll become nervous because they don't think anyone would like them, and they become lonely because they think that if they don't like themselves, no one else will. And here's a video where I found my information.
Let's face it, teenagers can be weird, especially when it comes to food. So it can be hard to tell when teenage weirdness crosses a line into an eating disorder.
They tend to start off honestly trying to be healthy, trying to get in shape for sports.
Dr. Jocelyn Lebo, a Mayo Clinic child psychologist who specializes in treating eating disorders, says as many as 60% of teens show behaviors associated with disordered eating. That's why she says parents should always be paying attention to their teens' eating habits and these 5 signs of an eating disorder. Number 1, excessive dieting, like only eating a few bites at meals or never ever eating snacks or desserts. Number 2, excessive exercise. Number 3, withdrawing from friends, family, and activities the teen normally enjoys. Number 4, fasting. And number 5, hiding food and only eating when nobody is around.
They're either not eating enough to allow them to grow, or to allow them to have energy to do what they need to do, or so that it's impacting their mood. That's a problem.
For the Mayo Clinic News Network, I'm Ian Roth.
I like that video because it gave me a lot of information, and it showed me what will happen. My reflection. Before, I wondered how our topics were connected, and I was scared that if we wouldn't do our share of the work. Now I'm happy that everyone worked and didn't goof off. Now I'm excited to show our work with you guys. And now I see how our topics are connected. Why did I choose this topic? I think someone in my life might have an eating disorder, so I can remember this, look back, and never get an eating disorder. And I wanted to learn more about this because I didn't know about it. My action. For my action, I made a poster and how an eating disorder is dangerous. I showed a normal body without an eating disorder and one with an eating disorder. And that's my poster. You can't really see it, but that one says it's harder to be Ken than Barbie because boys prove that they can't have an eating disorder until they're grown.
Weather. Hi, my name is Cooper and I would like to talk to you about weather today. Lines of inquiry. An inquiry into weather and natural disasters and how weather affects all life forms. How life is affected by weather and life after weather. Weather is the daily state of the atmosphere or in any given place. And climate is the average. And climate is the average weather conditions in an area over a long period. More weather facts. Weather is the condition of our planet's atmosphere and is constantly changing. A thunderstorm is a storm with thunder and lightning that produces heavy rain and strong winds. The four spheres are hydrosphere, atmosphere, geosphere, and biosphere. Snow is soft white pieces of frozen water that fall from the sky. And rain is kind of the same thing as snow, except it's not frozen, just water. How, how weather affects people. When, weather can affect our animals. It can, what? Hold on. How weather affects people. Weather can affect people by floods, or destroy their homes, and it can affect their lifestyle, and it can affect their crops and lifestyle. Weather can affect animals. They can affect them by hypothermia, frostbite, heat strokes, and sadly kill them. Climate change or global warming is the process of our climate change is the process of our planet heating up. We can protect animals and from weather by keeping them warm and prepared for bad weather. Here's a little video that shows how global warming affects this polar bear without cold weather. There are no seals which the bear can eat. I chose this topic or reflection. I chose this topic to learn more about how weather affects us and what it does to animals and people. I learned to be organized and I also learned to be organized with my group. I wanted to learn more about this topic and how weather can affect our health and depression. Thank you for watching our presentation.
These are our sources. We'd like to say thank you to Ms. Granger, Ms. Conja,
Caleb White,
Mr. Devitt, Mrs. Vince. Thank you.